I've had acne the majority of my adolescent years. When I was a teenager, started pretty early for me. So maybe a little over half my life. My greatest struggle since developing acne, um, self-esteem. It bothers your self-esteem. Some things you don't understand that might just be hormonal, chemical, just certain things you have to kind of keep in mind so it doesn't bring you down and it doesn't bring your self-esteem down. But all in all, it let me know everything was working properly. I came to learn about exuviant through word of mouth. Sometimes the best reference. Um, Heard from it from a friend who came to, I think, the grand opening party here. Told me how great the products were, the setup, the reviews of other people who have attained services from Exuviant, and I came from there. My first consultation was in December 2014 or November 2014. I was getting ready to graduate. It was a big time in my life. I wanted to improve my skin and look nice. My family was coming up from Alabama, so I wanted to kind of get things together. I couldn't do what I wanted to do specifically at that time, but I was given a commitment, something that I wasn't given from prior providers, whether it be doctors, nurse practitioners, whatever the title may have been. I didn't get the same type of commitment. I actually sat down with my acne specialist. We mapped out a plan, made sure that we were both on board for this journey, and it went from there. I came back January 2015, and we kind of sat down and talked a little more in depth about what my protocol would be, what my regimen would be, what the products were, how they would affect me, what would be good for me and what was not, even if I didn't decide to go with the services, which I greatly appreciated. Things have been great though since January 2015. Here I am in June 2016, and I'm still on my journey. I'm still satisfied with my journey, and I'm still learning about my skin, which is something that I have not received from other providers. My acne specialist has taught me a lot when it came to what certain words meant that it's not common knowledge and it's not a common word for people to understand, like salicylic or sulfur, just a number of different scientific words that I wouldn't know. I know what dries my skin. I know salicylic acid is a drying regimen, is a drying product. So just understanding and knowing when to use something, when to fall back on a product, especially if I'm not able to get in contact with my acne specialist. I have that knowledge as to what I can do until I can get back in contact with her. And by that time, I've solved it. We came back, we've regrouped, and I'm back on track with my regimen. My outbreaks in my skin was a combination, which I didn't understand. I just knew my skin was oily all the time. I never understood why my face was always shining. So from there, I talked to my acne specialist, and she gave me more information as to why my skin was a combination oily. I went from maybe between 60 and 80 breakouts. Within a few months, I was down to 30 to 40 breakouts. And after learning that water was my friend, I decreased immensely from down to 10 pimples. Forehead completely clear. I really had an issue with my chin area. It was always very dry, and that's where learning about the products really helped me. I learned not to put product in that area. Focus on the areas that you know you see oiliness and you see you're having breakouts. I was able to switch my regimen up to kind of cater to my skin when I felt like my breakouts were not going away. Other than drinking water, it does take work. So just because the number of pimples went down didn't mean that I could slow down on my drinking water. Oh, I could skip this cleaning regimen for the night or in the morning. You always have to stay on top of things, whether they're going very well, which my acne was in the first few months, and I kind of slowed down on my regimen, which was my fault, but I realized what my skin was doing and why I needed to pay attention to my skin. It may have been difficult in the beginning, but that was on my part. I felt like, oh, this is just another one of those, try this, try that, but it wasn't. Exubian was always accessible, whether it be via text, email, phone call, or just popping my head in to the clinic to make sure I was doing the right thing. The support was always there. The encouragement was always there. You're doing good, you're doing good. Just keep drinking water. You're doing good. That has been such a tremendous help versus having to wait 6 weeks or your next appointment, or, oh, the provider will contact you at a later date. But it wasn't like that with Exubian. I always felt like I had the support, whether it been from my acne specialist or just remembering fellow clients or peers at Exubian, being able just to look back and say, hey, they did it and they had the same support system I did. I know I can get through it too. I've had a couple of career changes since being with Exubian. One was out of town, one is closer to home, but Exubian is practically everywhere. Wherever you need Exubian Wellness products, Exubian Wellness will be there for you. I've had a situation where I needed products to be mailed to me. They were mailed to me overnight, which is something that you generally don't get. I didn't have to worry about, oh, well, am I going to be able to track it? No. They asked me what information I needed, my acne specialist, or what room and, well, what area, what's the zip code? Okay, well, let me know when you get the products. It was always a smooth transition. Exubian Wellness is always accessible. Exubian Wellness is something that I would encourage everyone to try who is struggling with their skin. And it doesn't have to just be your skin. There are different products for razor bumps for men. It's not just a one-size-fit-all type place. I say give it a try. This was my last hope, and it turned out to be one of the best places I could have came to. You're kept informed, you know what's going on. If you need products, say you need products. If you need to speak with the acne specialist, she's a phone call away. I've never had a problem with getting in contact with my acne specialist. Whatever products I needed, it was there. I've been to a number of different doctors, acne specialists. I've tried a host of products that I'm sure a lot of people are aware of. The Proactive, the Ambien, the Neutrogena. They didn't really work for me, and I didn't really know what I was putting on my face. I say give it a try. The only thing you can do is get a no, or it didn't work for you, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen in Exubian Wellness, because I'm not the only one who's satisfied with the services I've received.